What's going on, guys? Young with Logitech, and I have a little story to tell you guys. So, about 2 weeks ago or so, I guess when this series started, I ended up recording the very first episode of this series, which you guys have never actually seen before, because that video got ruined. I know I've mentioned this in the past, and I've mentioned it a lot, so I'm kind of surprised that people don't know, or people still ask me, but I use a program called Camtasia Studio 8 to record my videos, and I also edit them in Camtasia if that matters at all. But way back in the past, when I very first started this channel, I had a lot of issues with the program. Like, it would constantly get out of sync, and it would just constantly like ruin my life. But ever since I upgraded to Camtasia 8, I really haven't had that many issues with it. Like, occasionally it would decide to mess up, but besides that, it seemed to be okay. So I didn't really have any complaints, and it decided it didn't want to record Stadium apparently, because in the very first failed recording of Stadium, the face cam part of it, as well as the commentary attached to the webcam, was about 3 minutes shorter than the rest of the video and completely out of sync. Like, the commentary didn't sync with the face cam didn't sync with the gameplay. It was just like watching 3 separate things at once. It was so mind-numbingly horrible, and it made me really upset too, because I thought that was a really good video. I was really happy with how it came out. I thought the commentary was good, but I thought it's just the beginning. I could restart, and I didn't even end up redoing it until like the next day, because it got me really depressed, and I was really sad that happened. And I was just like, I don't want to commentate right now. So the same thing unfortunately ended up happening today, which really kind of pissed me off, because this was actually a 2-part video. Like, this is like 2 separate recording sessions, and it ended up doing that in both parts, and I ended up doing a test afterwards, and that one came out just fine. So apparently it was just in those 2 recording sessions when it just decided it wanted to mess up, and I don't exactly know what caused it. Like, I don't know if maybe like the USB cord for my webcam or microphone wasn't plugged in all the way and it caused it to glitch out. I'm not sure really what happened, and that part really annoys me, but I was like, well, I could potentially just re-record it, I suppose. But the thing is, like, I thought this video came out really well. Like, I could have just challenged Clair again and just redone it, but as you guys are seeing here, hopefully, assuming this one actually works out, I do pretty decent against Clair, and I kind of had the same effect after the first one, where I just got really demotivated after that happened. Like, I didn't want to go and commentate the video I just did. I didn't want to do it, because imagine, like, what if I recorded again and it just goes completely terrible, like everything dies? That would piss me off so much, because just beforehand I had a recording where everything went, for the most part, okay, and that would have really sucked. I couldn't get myself to do it. I didn't want it to go horrible, but that's basically the story of like why this video is having to be post-recorded, and hopefully the face cam and everything is okay. I did speed the footage up because I didn't know if I'd be able to post-record for like 22 minutes. Like, when you're actually playing the game, it's so much easier to post-record because you have something to react to. And I guess I could just react to the recording, but it wouldn't be the same, because my enthusiasm, like, I wouldn't know what's happening, so I'd have to like fake enthusiasm or fake excitement or anything, and that would just be really kind of boring, wouldn't it? But for the record, when Blissey got frozen, which is actually happening right now, so pissed off. I needed that thing to defrost, and it didn't defrost. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? If it predicts me to switch and goes for Hydro Pump when I switch into Bruce, I'm screwed. Luckily, it didn't predict it, and it actually went for Headbutt, which I was super happy about. But here I was worried, okay, it's going to outspeed me, it's going to go for Hydro Pump. So I needed it to miss, but luckily, I attack, and I end up going faster, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't think Charizard was faster than Kingdra, but I guess I don't know my stats very well, so. But yeah, I luckily managed to outspeed it. I don't know if it normally outspeeds it, but that actually did win me the battle, and I figured since I can't go and do minigames while I'm in the Elite Four. Well, I can go do minigames while I'm in the Elite Four. I can't edit my team while I'm challenging the Elite Four, so there's no point doing like the ending guard minigame. So I actually decided to do one right now, and we ended up doing Barrier Ball. So this is basically my last chance to get a Pokemon before we move on to Elite 4. For the record, Barrier Ball is my absolutely worst game, and I really wish you guys could have heard the audio for this, because I thought it came out really well with just me raging, because Barrier Ball is so frustrating, because there's sometimes you can lose and it's not even like in your power, because you'll be scoring and then like one of the other stupid Mr. Miles will just swing along and hit your balls, and then just they get the point instead, and there's like nothing you can do. You just sit there and watch as they steal your point, and it's just so annoying. And I swear, this game is the only time in existence a guy will ever want blue balls. But we actually managed to win, and our newest Pokemon was a Golduck. So I went to go put that in, and I was a little upset at first when we got Golduck, but I remembered we've had some pretty cool Golducks in the past before. You know, the infamous Penguin from the very last Pokemon alive in my Blaze Black Nuzlocke, and I'm pretty sure we had a Golduck and Emerald randomizer too. I might be wrong on that. I know we had another Golduck somewhere. I don't remember when it was, and of course Hardy the Psyduck from Mystery Dungeon. But I ended up giving Golduck Psychic, Ice Beam, Cross Chop, and Surf. So decent moveset. You know, he doesn't have the greatest stats in the world, which is quite disappointing. But he does. I don't even think he ends up getting used in the battle against Will, which is a bit of a split. Oh, that's one of my cats sneezing. I was like, what is that noise? It sounded like someone's like sweeping, but one of my cats is just sneezing, which is absolutely adorable for the record. And I didn't realize like how long I was sitting here trying to debate what Pokemon to bring in against Will. And this is like double speed. This is running at twice the speed as it did in the original videos. So just imagine me just sitting there like contemplating like, oh, who do I bring? I don't know what to do. I believe I ended up deciding to bring Bruce, Joy, and Gloopers in his very first battle. Oh, guys, that's a moment you guys are going to have to see when Glooper comes out. I really wish you guys could have seen the audio for that, because I did not expect this to happen when we get to that part. But, I was really nervous going into Elite 4, and surprisingly this didn't go as bad as I was expecting. I'm sure the first one is just going to be the easiest one, of course. But here we go. This is like the most climactic moment in the entire series, okay? And I have to try to stall time until it comes up, but unfortunately for me, this Giraffere goes for Psybeam, and I wasn't sure at first if it confused me, because I didn't have like a confusion kind of status thing on the screen, so I assumed I wasn't. Turns out I was confused. I actually hit myself, putting myself under half, and putting me at a range where I can't live another Psybeam. So I decided to switch out in the Gloopers. This entire series, Gloopers has never been used. This is his very first battle, guys. Do you realize this? It goes for Psybeam, we take it super well. I'm like, okay, one flamethrower, and then Earthquake! Giraffere has Earthquake! What? It works, Earthquake. I haven't gone to check yet to see if that's even legal, but I've never, ever heard of Giraffere having Earthquake. Luckily, despite the fact we're quad weak to it, we still managed to live the Earthquake. Yeah, think about that for a second. We managed to live the Earthquake, and we killed it with a flamethrower. So it's basically now just Joy against the Executor, which I thought at first was a good position because I didn't think it'd have any physical moves. So I'm like, well, I'll just Toxic you, and then I'll just like Metronome, because that should be fun. And then it turns out to have Sludge Bomb, which is physical in this generation. Luckily, we take it decently well, so I know I could take like another Sludge Bomb before I have to Metronome. So I go for Metronome, and I actually get Moonlight anyways. Or not anyways, because I get a healing move anyways, so that actually worked out really well for me. So it's basically at a point where I know I can live Sludge Bomb, so I just have to stall this thing out as long as I can. As long as it doesn't poison me from Sludge Bomb or get a crit or anything, this should be going okay. So while we're going on with the rest of this, I want to tell you guys a little story really quick that I actually mentioned in the video. I watch a subscriber that has like, I think 1 million to 2 million subscribers, and I watch a YouTuber, not a subscriber, and he hasn't posted a video in a while, so he actually ended up posting one yesterday, and I was super excited about this. And I noticed in the video that he looked kind of off, like he looked like really exhausted, and like just his face, he looked like he was in really bad shape. And I was just showing my concern, and I left a comment on it saying like, are you okay? You know, you look really kind of crappy, like you don't look like you normally do. And he actually ended up replying to me, which I wasn't expecting, because this is, you know, a big YouTuber. And he ended up saying, wow, why would you say something like that? And then proceeded to call me a rotten subscriber. Like, really? Was like showing concern for a YouTuber you like to watch as being a rotten subscriber? And then that ended up becoming, like, my comment and his response ended up becoming a really popular post on like his subreddit. I guess someone screenshotted and posted it there. I was like, are you serious? And most people, like half the people seemed to understand like I was just showing concern, and the other half were attacking me saying I'm an asshole for like showing concern. Just, are you freaking kidding me? I don't know. Some people, I hate when people like blindly follow their subscriber or the people they watch. They just blindly follow them and defend them against anything, even though I was just trying to show concern. He called me a rotten sub because that I'm an asshole. But I'm not going to say who it was because I've learned my lesson about saying other YouTubers' name in videos. So, besides Chugga, of course. Love you. That is going to wrap it up for us today, guys. I actually went a little longer than the recording was, so oopsies. Until next time, I'm Hardy Yo. Hopefully, the next video will actually be okay. If not, I'm going to scream. But until next time, I'm Hardy Yo. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't do it on purpose, but peace!